Hey there everyone, it's time for your spring break weather forecast. Here are the important weather headlines to know, or weather impact spring break headlines. There is elevated fire danger at times throughout the week ahead. Just a reminder, no beach bonfires, no beach campfires. You can bring your own grill to grill at the beach, but otherwise, no fire-related activities. Just to be extra safe, we do have burn bans in place, and the beach is included in those burn bans. We've got a really pleasant weather week ahead of us, so don't forget the sunscreen. Lots of sunshine will be ahead. Additionally, we're talking about a full moon and a lunar eclipse during the week. That's coming up Thursday and Friday morning. More details on that. Good morning, everyone. It's Meteorologist Carly Smith here, tied out at 10:29 a.m. We've got some live weather to talk about. Not a lot, actually, to talk about. Look how gorgeous it is outside. How's everyone doing? What are your spring break plans? What's your favorite thing about spring break in the coastal bend? Post that in the comments now. If you are watching from out of town, thank you so much for joining us here in the beautiful Corpus City Corpus Christi is looking good. We've got really smooth, really pleasant conditions out on the water early on this morning. That's going to end throughout the day today. That's going to be fantastic. We're still chilly at 10 a.m., 57 degrees. We are going to warm up pretty quickly as the sun continues to rise in our skyline. The wind is remaining very light. Beautiful offshore wind right now. Conditions at the beach, we're going to talk about that coming up. This is specifically for Corpus Christi, so if you're headed downtown a couple of degrees cooler than this forecast, as well as North Beach, but inland Corpus, these places are going to be pretty warm throughout the day. High temperature forecast today, 79 Corpus Christi, 1 in Kingsville. We will at 4 to 14 miles per hour. So at the beach, really pleasant conditions. Temperature nearing. It is going to be not last long because you can't get high. So keep that in mind. We are going to see lots of sunshine, though. It's going to feel not too hot right now. Conditions compared to kind of that oppressive. Waves will be falling to around 1 foot by this afternoon. We'll have a low rip current risk. However, there is a yellow flag currently at the beach. In just a second, the low tide at Bob Hawker was, so we'll see. That makes for the perfect time, A, to watch the sunrise, but B, to go looking for those seashells before everyone else would. Additionally, at low tide, you have more beach to look at. It's pretty fabulous out there early in the morning. I do recommend if you haven't woken up. High tide will be at 4:47 p.m. High tide is going to run a little high, but you should have plenty of. You're going to get some quicker periods between that full moon and the lunar eclipse, so this will be a blood moon. Marine currents, we are seeing winds out of the north. Wave heights have fallen. They were at 7 feet at 5 a.m. this morning, where they're now at 3 feet offshore, and they were closer to 2 to 1 foot as we head into this afternoon. Wave period right now is every 6 seconds. I think we'll be closer here. Beach warnings, again, right now, last I checked, yellow flag at our local beach, so that is moderately hazardous. Rip risk. However, I expect very low rip current risk, but there's always a risk there. So system in play, but initially the water is, so keep that in mind. That would not be fun. Rip currents, they form especially near our piers and channel jetty. Great for fishing today when the calm conditions. If you do get in the water near the jetty, that's why there are signs posted that there could be a rip current. No swimming close to our jetties. Surfers do use that rip current to get out, so you will see surfing allowed to the jetty. Otherwise, no swimming. If you do there near the jetty because that rip current can be water is rushing away from the shore. This is often a break in the waves. You'll notice kind of a calm looking spot. That's actually where the rip current is. It's more likely near piers and jetties. Use the buddy system. If you're caught, don't fight it. Wave, yell, and then if you do want to swim parallel to get out of the rip current. Do not swim. But it's best to use your energy to scream and yell because you can quickly against the rip current. So that is my best advice there. Waves are going to be falling because high pressure is setting up over the area. That's our I can't wait to get outdoors and enjoy a beautiful Monday. On Tuesday, we'll start to see our onshore wind returning, so the waves will be choppy, but to pick up 3-foot wave. As we get into Wednesday, stronger wind. That means it's not going to be great out on our beaches. However, we are going to see wave heights getting a little higher, but again, they may be choppy because these are more wind driven. There is a cold front on the way. It doesn't make it to us Thursday or Friday. In fact, Friday it'll be a dry line, which could give us some westerly winds. However, southern, then the cold front moves through. So you may get some northwest winds there on Saturday. Wave action still high. Saturday could be a pretty great surf day, but we may still be windy. If the wave action holds up, Sunday actually is looking pretty sweet. Light and variable winds, and still could have at least 2-foot waves. In our temperature pulse, this is for Port Aransas specifically, we will see warming temperatures through Friday. We'll likely make it to around 80 degrees by Friday. A little bit of a cool down, especially with those low temperatures, back around 60 by Sunday morning. Friday night. So Friday night, a weak cold front. What it's going to do at the beach is create drier conditions and more sunshine. So I don't expect temperatures to fall too much at the beach. But regardless, we're looking at 80s by the end of the week. High temperatures in Corpus Christi are going to fluctuate a lot more. More inland, we're not as influenced by the humidity. So we're going to see a big boost to try to cool off. But it is important to note that Friday is going to come with fire danger. Here's westerly and dry conditions. That is the 3 things that you don't want to all line up at the same time. We're going to get it. So Friday, fire danger. Thursday, fire danger may start to be elevated depending on where the dry line sets up on Thursday. But Friday, it makes it through Corpus Christi, at least inland Corpus Christi. That dry line may not make it all the way through our barrier islands. Then Saturday morning, the cold front comes through. We'll have northerly winds, and they will be elevated 10 to 20 miles per hour, and it will be very dry. How dry? Well, we're talking dew points down will be elevated, particularly Friday and Saturday, because of the combination of the dry. So here's a look at our futurecast. You see the high pressure moving out. You see the green. That's our humidity is going to be with us into Wednesday. There's that dry line. So brush country. We're talking Jim Wells, possibly County. Could see some fire danger on Wednesday, but I don't expect it to be all of the dry line retreats as we head into Thursday. And then Friday, we see the dry line really setting up with the hot, dry fire danger elevated very high for us Friday at the dry line. Any rain likely going to stay to our northeast, so we'll continue to be dry with the high fire danger on our Saturday. There's really not rain at all in the forecast. Let's talk lunar eclipse. Now, there is a chance we have a few clouds, especially overnight as we head into Thursday, but hopefully we'll be able to because of the lunar eclipse. So we've got the full moon coming up Thursday into Friday morning. What happens during a lunar eclipse is the Earth casts a shadow on the moon. The moon orbits through the shadow, and then the red light is reflected, and that is why we get the blood moon appearance. So that is going to be something super exciting. camera, but you're super cool. Anyway, there is a low chance that we do see some clouds, but overall, we've got a lot of sunshine in the forecast. Friday is when we do see that dry line flirting with us and causing our up, and then the cold front moves through for the weekend. Not a big cool down in store, but it will at least keep away from the triple digits. I'm meteorologist Carly Smith. Thank you to everyone that watched the update. I hope you're having a wonderful break. Don't forget to watch First Edition 5 to 7 a.m. for the latest updates every morning, even if you happen to wake up early. That's the marvelous.